this is Pirate Style Jutsu's dark side here. You may have thought that you were going to see a live reaction of the new chapter of One Piece from him, but instead, you will be getting my review of the amazing new film Morbius, starring Jared Leto as the living vampire himself. This movie is truly the most amazing movie because it is about a living vampire, and quite appropriately, watching it drains the life out of you. Ha! Just kidding. April Fools, everybody. Well, at least it's April Fool's Day right now as I'm filming this. I had to get you with one real quick. But, yeah, no, nobody saw Morbius. That's not a thing. But yeah, I guess Luffy got his ultimate Gear 5th power-up at the perfect time. Because his new power is very fitting for April Fool's Day. Because he's basically got the power to troll reality itself. And so yeah, let's see this new and improved Luffy and his final battle against Kaido of the Beasts in chapter 1045 of One Piece. A very strong, solid number there. But first, we start with the cover of Shonen Jump, looking very beautiful and like colorful. It's like watercolor almost. It's like just like this. Oh! So it's very, very good timing here. I mean, I'm sure this is intentional here, but we have Luffy here. Just like it's like a portrait of Luffy, and behind him is like a drawing of the Gum Gum fruit, it looks like. And so since we're getting this revelation of the Gum Gum fruit and what it truly is, that really connects here. That's really beautiful. I just love the colors of this cover here. It said the adventure continues, a super climax, versing Kaido in the Wano arc, and the 25th anniversary Caravan Truck Project. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it's a big time for One Piece right now. Luffy's attained godhood. There's a new video game coming out. It looks pretty cool. And yeah, just the fight with Kaido is coming to a climax. So yeah, it's huge for and also Film Red is coming too. So yeah, it's a really big time right now for One Piece. But here we get into the promised color spread here. So okay, I guess we're getting a little more information on the truck project. So we see the color spray is actually tying into this, I think, where it's like, it looks like all the Straw Hats are like, you know, they're like, driving around in a food truck, and like, of course, Jinbei is at the helm of the food truck, which has a steering wheel like a ship. But I think it's a food truck, and it's titled the Sea of Liberty. And we just get, it looks like just a food truck, and all the Straw Hats are like hanging out of it, and like, you know, they're like saying hi to everybody, and you see, a picture under it. It says like One Piece 25th, and like so it's like for the 25th anniversary, and we see this truck with this image on the side of it, on this image on the color spread. Okay, so that's cool. And this truck looks kind of like the Sunny a little bit. So it says the custom-made trucks are in development. So yeah, I guess they're. In Japan, I'm guessing there's going to be like actual like Straw Hat themed like trucks driving around. That's very cool. That just shows how huge One Piece is, and for its, you know, at its 25th anniversary, it's just such a huge thing. But let's get into the chapter itself, titled Next Level. Hell yeah, that's a title right there. I'm hoping for a next level chapter right now. We've had two. The last two chapters were next level, to say the least. And so, can we go any higher? Let's see. A new level, Gear 5th. Opening on the Skull Dome, on top of the Skull Dome, on the roof. It's still roof piece. More than ever. It's either Kaido or Luffy that's like panting. As Kaido says, I was sure you were a goner after that. And Luffy just like flipping around in the air. It looks like I think he kicked like 2 rocks as he's like flipping through the air. And he goes, so was I! And Kaido says, since you're able to make your surroundings rubbery. Yeah, it's Kaido who's panting. So yeah, he's had more than enough fighting for one day. Even for him. And he goes, it should be safe to say you awakened your paramecia fruit. Not quite, Kaido. That's what we all thought, but apparently that's not the case. But I don't know how aware of this Luffy is. So Kaido goes, but something about this feels off. A transformation like this is more typical of a Zoan fruit. And of course, if there's any expert on Zoan fruits in the world, it's definitely Kaido and probably Vegapunk, but really Kaido. Luffy's just barely paying attention to Kaido. He's just like floating nonchalantly in the air. And Kaido's like going in to like chomp him. As he said, like a transformation like that is more typical for a Zoan fruit. And he just bites down on. He looks like he gets Luffy, just chomps down on him. And Luffy goes, "You bastard!" As he like swells himself up with muscles and like wrenches open Kaido's jaws from the inside. So Kaido just straight up swallows Luffy. And he's just like, oh. And then all of a sudden, what Kaido just ate isn't agreeing with him, as it's just like, bing, 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 clearing out Kaido's pipes as he just bounces around inside of his body. And it's a very funny image here of like zigzag Kaido as Luffy's bouncing around in his body. Kaido's like, ah! So Luffy's still saying Gumu Gumu no. It said even though his fruit isn't technically the gum fruit anymore, he just does the classic gum balloon. It just it inflates inside of Kaido's body. And Kaido's like, oh! Kaido goes, oh, you little. He's really blowing up too. Again, this is becoming a very humiliating battle for Kaido as Luffy's just becoming the god of silliness. And so Kaido's just like, oh, he's just like blowing up like a dragon balloon. Yamato and Momo are watching this. They're just like they're just completely dumbfounded by this insanity. And Kaido's actually floating up like a balloon. I guess Luffy's floating up inside of Kaido. And they're going up into the raging storm above them. And Momo's like, what's that? What the heck is going on? No idea. It looks like Kaido put on weight. Is this some form of his? And Kaido's like, damn it, how are you doing this? Your body's supposed to be rubbery, not mine. What? And you see Luffy's like head as he's like inside of like darkness, or like inside the darkness of Kaido's body as he sees two eyes. Oh god. He sees two eyes that kind of remind you of Zunisha's eyes a little bit, but he sees eyes. He sees two bright lights as he goes, I see a pair of bright lights. And then he just reaches out of Kaido's eyeballs. Two hands just come out of Kaido's eyes and grab onto his dragon snout. And Kaido's just like, Kaido cannot deal with this shit. He's like, what the hell? And so he's like phasing through Kaido's eyeballs. This is some crazy ass shit, even by like cartoon logic. Like, holy shit. And then Luffy's going, Gomu Gomu no! Escape rocket! And he just blasts out of Kaido's face. I don't know. It seemed to, okay. Alright. Let me try to analyze these cartoon physics here. I believe, so Kaido swallows Luffy. Luffy's like crashing around in his body. He blows up, it inflates and floats them both up like a balloon. Then he navigates his way through Kaido's body up to his head, where inside of Kaido's body is completely dark, of course. But he sees two bright lights that happen to be Kaido's eyeballs. And he reaches through Kaido's eyeballs without really damaging Kaido's eyes, I don't think. and he just kind of reaches Kaido's nose, and Gum Gum rockets himself out through Kaido's mouth. So it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around it, but that's what I think is happening here. You got to do a play-by-play at this point with Luffy's powers, because it's like, what? So yeah, he rockets out of Kaido's mouth. He's still in balloon form, and Kaido just like coughs him out like a hairball, and Luffy's just laughing up a storm. So yeah, Luffy's just laughing, and he's got this like mischievous, like devilish smile on his face as he's upside down, and he's still balloon form. And then he blows out the air, and he's like flying around like a deflated balloon. He like crashes into the stormy sky. And so Momo's looking up in terror as you hear "Gomu Gomu no," and Momo's like, "Luffy?" Oh boy. So then Yamato and Momo just have these huge reactions like, what? So what is gonna happen? What am I about to witness right now on this next page? What insanity is coming next? Kaido, just leave. Just leave. Kaido, just throw in the towel, man. You gotta throw the towel. It's time to leave, Wano. Just pack up your shit and leave, man. Just stop. So Luffy has now transformed into a giant, basically. With zero effort, by the way. He just, all of a sudden, he's still smiling, he's still having a good time. And suddenly he's giant. He's made himself big enough now to basically just stomp on Kaido's head. So he's descending from the stormy sky in the classic Sun God Nika pose, where he's like the cartoon, like, here we go pose. And his giant sandals are coming right down on Kaido. This form he's taken is called Gigant, as in, you know, throwing back to Gear 3rd. Where we've never seen Luffy do Gear 3rd on his whole body before. Because, you know, that's not really how it works. But we're way past that now. Like, this is... we finally see Luffy in full body giant mode. Holy shit, man. This is so incredible, man. This is so beautiful, and what the Gorosei said last chapter about this being the most ridiculous power, it is not disappointing in that regard. It is very much the case. As Kaido reacts to this, like, what the? He's just looking at it, he doesn't even know what to say. And then Momo's like, who is that? What? Luffy's voice is coming from that thing? Is that really him? But Kaido, he's not giving up yet. He just snakes his way up and bites Luffy like on the throat. He's like, ah! And Luffy's like, hey, yeah! But Luffy doesn't miss a beat either. He just grabs Kaido and goes, Gomu Gomu no. He starts squeezing his body. Oh my god, I can't do this. Oh, Oda, I love you, man. Oh my god. So Luffy then begins to unveil a new technique. Gomu Gomu no jump rope, as he literally is using Kaido's dragon body as a jump rope. This fight is bonkers. So he's just using Kaido as a jump rope. Oh, and by the way, while all this just happened, like giant Luffy and all that, that's happening like way up in the air. It's like above the Skull Dome. And so now he's jump roping Kaido back down to the Skull Dome from the sky. And they're really high up. Kaido's still fighting though. He just tries to hit him with a blast breath from up like point blank range. And Luffy just like, oh! Boom! Just blasts him. And Luffy's like, it burns! Okay. So, this is the big question a lot of people have been having since the last chapter. Can Luffy even be hurt anymore? Like, can he, in this god cartoon mode, is he just impervious to damage? Is he really a god? Like, is there nothing anyone could do to really hurt him or kill him? I personally think Haki is still the way to go in terms of hurting Luffy, even in this form. If your Haki is strong enough, you know, Haki negates devil fruits. Or at least Arm and Haki does. And so I still think that would be in play, you know, in terms of hurting Luffy. But I guess we're going to find out because he just got hit with a blast breath. And Yamato goes, oh crap! He just took a blast breath head on! And so we see just like this cartoonishly singed black version of Luffy as he's just like smoking as he just like falls down from the sky. But yeah, I have a feeling that's not gonna last very long. He's just like, it's like a very cartoonish like burnt effect as he's falling, and like this burnt black Luffy opens his eyes and he's like pissed off and he goes, that's the last straw. Sorry, that's the last straw. And then he grits his teeth, and he's just, bam, right back to normal. The burning, the singe effect is gone. The damage from the blast breath is just, like, gone immediately. And he's just, like he's doing the cartoon run, where his legs are spinning around, like, really fast, like he's running on air now. As he just like rockets back to Onigashima in this really cool effect. Like he has like the smoke rope around his shoulders, but it's been like in this chapter, it's been kind of looking like fire a little bit, and it really looks like that as it like trails him as he goes back to Onigashima. It's like a fiery smoke trail, or maybe it is fire because his hair looks like it's made of fire now. So, it's either fire or smoke, but it's just like, he just rockets back to Onigashima. And Kaido's back in transforms into his hybrid form. And Luffy just coming at him, about to clobber him. And Kaido just looks and goes, 3-world conquest. Ragnaroku! And so he gives him the classic Ragnaroku, Omega level Kanabo strike. And Luffy takes it head on. Boom! So yeah, this attack, Ragnaroku's attack that's bursting with Haki. So this should be able to hurt Luffy. And he gets hit pretty hard. his head goes straight through the roof. Down to where everyone else is in the life form. And his eyes are popping out again. He's like, ouch! And everyone's just like, holy shit, what is happening? Like the Kaido's pirates are just like trying to fathom the eldritch madness that they're witnessing right now. This like god that's like just losing his shit right now. Yo, and you see the lump on Luffy's head. So yeah, that did hurt him. So yeah, I figured Haki, like I thought Haki is the way to go when it comes to fighting Luffy. Wait, what? What? Oh my god. And now, not only are Luffy's eyes popping out like a cartoon, but Law, Kid, Chopper, Nami, and Otama's eyes are doing the same thing. Which is making me think that his power has a pretty impressive radius. And just him being around just alters physics around him when he's in this state to that of a cartoon. That is pretty crazy and pretty scary, actually. But Luffy just, his head snaps back up to the roof. He, like, squeezes through the hole, and he just... He's recoiling from this strike. And Kaido's just standing there. He goes, it's like something out of a picture book. And Luffy goes, man, that stings. As he's like sitting down. Kaido says, I'll admit you put on quite the show. But still, you're at the end of your rope. You can't beat me. Luffy goes, shut up. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh no. That's not good. I was wondering about this as well. I have some questions about this though, but so we see that yes, just like Gear 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Gear 5th has a backlash side effect to it, and it appears to be Luffy says, "I'm far from done," but you see the color start to drain from his hair. And he starts to turn back to normal. And he's like, huh? And he's just getting really out of breath. And then he looks very, like, disturbingly old and saggy. And, like, really exhausted. And he's just like, huh? And he goes, I'm beat. So, yeah, okay. So there is a side effect to using Gear 5th. But my question is, if it's a Zoan fruit, then that shouldn't... If this is one of Luffy's forms as a Zoan user, there shouldn't be like a backlash. This should just be like a basic use of his ability. So that's a little inconsistent, I think. But yeah, there does seem... But I guess this is the awakened version of his devil fruit, so maybe that's what's draining him, is like, if this is his awakening. And awakenings do drain your stamina, I think. So it might just be that. But Luffy just goes, I'm beat. And Kaido's like, what the hell are you? And Kaido just like kneels down, puts his kanabo on the ground, and goes, ugh. And Kaido's beat too. He's panting. Luffy's just like run ragged. He's just like, okay, you're right. I'm about to croak. This is taking a lot out of me. And Kaido says, you can rest easy and die then. Tales will be told about how you all fought this war. And Luffy goes, who cares about that? When you're dead, only your bones stick around. He's laughing still. So that, what Luffy just said, could end up being the life lesson that Kaido is in need of. Because he's all about dying like a valiant, like epic death in battle. Like, that's all he wants. And Luffy's like saying that once you're dead, like it doesn't matter anymore at that point. It's like maybe there's more to life than having an epic death. But you know, I'm reading ahead a little bit. Yamato says, it really is Luffy. He was unrecognizable with his hair and clothes all white like that. So his clothes are white? His clothes are white in Sun God Nika form. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. It did seem like they changed color, but white. Is his hair white too? This isn't the official release. Of course, this is the scan, so I don't know if it'll translate into that in the official release. But white, that's interesting. That is not what all the fan art is showing. So that's unfortunate. But the Momo goes, but his voice is still fading quickly. So Luffy is kind of in the Gear 2nd stance as he says, we're not done yet. You see the white color starting to come back, and the steam is coming back too. So I guess there wasn't much of a backlash, just a little bit. So Luffy goes, we're not done yet. Isn't that right, Momo? Tama? Kinemon? Pedro! Oh wow, I throwing it back to Pedro. So yeah, Luffy's changing back into Nika form. He's like thinking of all his friends that he's fighting for, just to motivate him. Kaido just smiles. Oh, no. Hey, you're really gonna kill yourself. So you hear the drum beat come back as Luffy transforms again. And he says, after all of this, do you really think something like death can scare me? Get loud again, heartbeat. He just like his heart, the drum beat of his heart is kicking up. And he's just right back to it, just right back to the cheery, goofy Nika. And he just runs toward Kaido. That's it, that's the sound. And Kaido just gets ready to strike. So be it! Yamato goes, Luffy, watch out! And Luffy just like glares. And you see the Kanabo coming down. Oh! What the hell? And so Luffy bends his face as Kaido strikes it with his Kanabo, and it stretches over the Kanabo, spikes and all, perfectly, and it doesn't hurt Luffy at all. He just like reforms his face to fit Kaido's Kanabo. He's like Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic. He's just like boing, and just like he has this like crazy ass smile. He's like, one of the spikes is coming out of his mouth. I think his tongue is filled with one of the spikes. He's just like, and he goes, plonk! And then Yamato's just like, I can't even. Like, Yamato's eyes are going white. He goes, what? Oh, but okay, apparently it did hurt, because Luffy's like, it hurts! So I guess Kaido was using Haki when he hit him. So he's still, his face is still like shaped into the form it was when the Kanabo hit him. He's like, it hurts! And Kaido just getting ready to strike him again with even more Haki, and he goes, boom! Oh my god! When Kaido hits Luffy, and this is reflecting to the very beginning of One Piece, where Alvida hit Luffy with her club, and he just like boing and didn't do anything because he's rubber. But this is like that times like a million. As he, not only does Luffy scrunch down because he's all rubbery, but the ground beneath him bends down because it's rubbery now. And then Luffy just springs back up. He's still squashed, but he bounces up into the air. He just like flips over, lands on a rock. And he's still scrunched down. And so he lands. He's like, and he goes beep beep, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then he blinks back into his normal form, into his normal shape. And he flies toward Kaido. And he starts spinning around with this smile on his face. And he just turns into like a flurry of punches, like a punch-nado. He's coming towards Kaido. And Kaido's thinking to himself, what in the world is he? This pure white transformation. He's coated with armored Haki and conquers Haki, and he can influence anything around him with his ability. He fights with such freedom, so versatile, and I've never seen anything like it. And he says out loud, there's no one in this world capable of taking me down. Okay, time for another play-by-play. So Luffy's spinning towards Kaido with a flurry of punches, and Kaido says no one in the world could. It's kind of analyzing Luffy's power in his mind. And then he says out loud, no one in this world can beat me. Right before one of Luffy's fists not only goes through into Kaido's face, but out through the back of his head. Like he just punched straight through Kaido's head. But apparently that reality isn't fully real because Kaido seems to still be alive and like there's no hole in his face, but he does collapse back like he just got hit by a ton of trucks in the face. And then he just collapses, and Momo and Yamcha are watching, they can't get any more shocked. Like they've hit their limit basically. And so Kaido just gets clocked the fuck out by Luffy. His eyes look white too. He's like still like sneering, but like, holy shit. And then Luffy goes, "I'm having the time of my life, Kaido," and that's the end of the chapter. Getting pumped. Oh. Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh, I think everyone else's reaction to watching this fight in this actual chapter, I think that pretty much sums it up. Like, that's what we're all experiencing, too, reading this in the real world. Oh, my God. This fight is absolute madness. I don't know how much longer it's going to go on. Luffy still seems to have limits, even as a god, but I think that's mostly because he's been fighting for so long and he's, like, exhausted, and this is, like, his first time awakening his Devil Fruit. That's how it makes sense to me that he has, like, this, like, you know, the weaknesses or whatever. But we'll see after this fight. He'll probably get all old and shriveled up again. But I'm guessing that won't last too long, you know. Because it seems if this is like a normal function of his ability, then it shouldn't have too much of a like backlash like that. But this Devil Fruit does definitely seem to be unique, so I don't know. Only Oda knows. But holy shit. Oh my god. And now Luffy's spinning around like a tornado. So he's basically the Mask. He's basically Jim Carrey, the Mask. You know, he just has cartoon physics out the wazoo. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens next time on One Piece. Like the video, comment, and subscribe.